Welcome to the Invite Health podcast, where our degreed healthcare professionals are excited to offer you the most important health and wellness information you need to make informed choices about your health. You can learn more about the products discussed in each of these episodes and all that Invite Health has to offer at www.invitehealth.com/podcast. First-time customers can use promo code podcast at checkout for an additional 15% off your first purchase. Let's get started.
There's an alarming trend occurring in this country, and that is that the rate of obesity as well as non-alcoholic fatty liver disease continue to be on the rise. These are rates that we have not seen ever before, and we know that we need to take action on this. When it comes to losing weight as well as cleaning up our liver, I have a wonderful solution for you to look into. I am Dr. Amanda Williams, Scientific Director at Invite Health, and we have seen this horrible trend when it comes to people being overweight or obese. It's estimated that in the next 8 years, more than half of the U.S. population will actually be categorized as being clinically obese. We also see the continued rise in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease across all age groups. So we're talking pediatric populations as well as into adulthood. So this is a problem. We know that it is stemming from this standard American diet, which is horrible. And the focus needs to really come down to lifestyle modifications, redesigning our look into what we're eating every single day is the first place to start, which is why I am such a advocate of the Mediterranean diet, because this has been shown in every single trial across the board, whether we're looking at cardiovascular health, brain health, support for blood sugar, blood pressure, blood cholesterol levels, as well as maintaining healthy normal weight, we can see the benefit of the Mediterranean diet. So this is the first place to start. But we also know that a lot of people are already slightly clogged up when it comes to their liver. And keeping in mind that the liver is your primary detoxifying organ, it's essential that the liver has the capacity to clean our body each and every single day. As a matter of fact, every single day, the body goes through different phases of what is known as metabolic detoxification. This is heavily reliant on vitamins, minerals, which we know the standard American diet lacks. This is also heavily reliant on antioxidants, which once again, a standard American diet lacks. Because of our high exposure to different environmental toxins as well as to the toxins that people take in from the foods that they're eating every day, as well as from some of the not so great things that people are drinking every single day, the high sugary drinks, for example, we know that our endogenous or naturally occurring antioxidants are already getting heavily depleted because they're trying to keep up with that toxic overload. So when we start to extrapolate all of this out, we say, okay, well, the average American is trending towards, obesity, fatty liver disease. The diet is the driving force. We need to change the diet, but what else can we be doing? And this is when we look at the probiotic HX weight. This combination of Bergason FF, which is a very unique registered trademark blend of artichoke extract, which we know is super great when it comes to the facilitation of the way that cholesterol is transported in our body, as well as for proper liver detoxification. And then it has bergamot fruit extract, which has also been shown to be highly effective when it comes to clearing the liver of all of that toxic sludge, as we can kind of describe that. And then we partner this with Bifidobacterium breve B3. This is key because what they have been able to see in human clinical trials is that with the Bifidobacterium breve B3, this is found in high amounts in people who are of a normal weight. But yet if you look at people who are overweight or obese, you don't seem to find much of this strain of bacteria whatsoever. So the solution would make sense that we would put Bifidobacterium breve B3 into our system to help recolonize and to support metabolic function. And they have actually done studies, and this was published in the Journal of Nutritional Science, looking at how the supplementation of this particular strain of bacteria was incredibly beneficial in adults who were obese. And this was a randomized controlled trial looking at how there's, this accumulating evidence between the gut microbiome and the development of obesity, and looking at how supplementation of this particular strain that has these powerful anti-obesity properties to it, the bacteria itself, they say, has anti-obesity effects. They said, well, what if we give this to folks who are overweight or technically categorized as obese? So they did this. They gave them Bifidobacterium breve B3 for 12 weeks. And what they were observing were all of these different blood parameters that were associated with liver function as well as systemic inflammation. And they could see this exponential shift in terms of improvement on not only the lessening of inflammation in the body, the improved liver function, but also when it came to weight loss and a reduction in BMI or body mass index. I think that this is an important point to make as to why we have this strain, this specified strain of probiotic in this formulation called Probiotic HX Weight. And then you partner that, as I mentioned, with the Bergason FF. This is sourced from Italy. It's very clean form of bergamot fruit extract, which is a citrus fruit. We have seen how the bergamot itself can improve upon visceral body fat. We think about the belly fat region, for example, as well as a significant improvement in the lipid profile. So when you look at your total cholesterol, they did a study where they took a group of obese individuals who also had high cholesterol, and they gave them bergamot extract. And in doing this, they assessed their total cholesterol, their triglyceride levels, the LDL, HDLs, and they found that just after 30 days of supplementation of the bergamot fruit extract, they started to see these very promising protective effects across the entire system. So when we're looking at those cardiometabolic markers in the body. So this is why I'm such a big fan of this formulation, because not only do we know that there's a large portion of the population that is dealing with clogged up livers or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, we also see that the majority of Americans fall into that category of being overweight or obese. So if we can use a formulation that combines this very powerful probiotic strain of bacteria, and it also contains the bergamot fruit along with that artichoke, knowing the power of both of those when it comes to cholesterol management, liver detoxification, then it would be incredibly advantageous for anyone who has those concerns to incorporate this supplement into a daily routine. Now, how would someone take this? Well, let's just say, for example, you're still adhering to a standard American diet. You just can't break yourself of that trend of having the high processed foods. Then I would advise taking 2 capsules in the morning with breakfast. If you are already on your path to wellness and you are switched over to a Mediterranean diet and you have an exercise routine as part of your daily regimen, then 1 capsule with breakfast would be sufficient. If someone doesn't have an issue with weight, they're eating healthy, but for whatever reason, maybe because of medication induced, they have elevated liver enzymes, then I would also be using 2 capsules. So if there's indication that the liver is already struggling just through your blood serum levels, then you would definitely want to be using 2 caps per day, and ideally taking that in the morning. So I encourage you to check out this brand new formulation that we have called Probiotic HX Weight does so much to support a healthy microbial environment, at the same time enhances the way that the liver is dealing with all of those different toxins that we're exposed to on a day-to-day basis. So definitely check that out. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Invite Health podcast. Remember, you can find all of our episodes for free wherever you listen to podcasts or by visiting invitehealth.com/podcast. Do make sure that you subscribe and you leave us a review. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we will see you next time for another episode of the Invite Health podcast.